Hey George, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check, check.
Mic check, George. This is mic check. It is 7:44 on Wednesday, September 2nd.
Hey, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week. Let's hear it, guys. It's Wednesday.
All right, yay!
Yeah, perfect.
Hump day.
One day, it's gonna really hit home, and everybody's gonna be like, yeah! But it's okay. Our enthusiasm is there, trust me. Thank you for joining us on After GMS. It is the 2nd of September. I'm Tracy McCain here in the studio. Ed Matthews is in the Weather Garden. Megan Malaris, 2 Taran Kirksies, because you're in Megan's monitor, are working from home. And Stacy Spivey also working from home. So looks like we have a cloudy start to the day, even muggy out there, kind of hazy, gross. Taran, Ed, are we expecting this for the rest of the day?
Yeah, it looks like at least for the next couple of hours we'll have some cloud cover, but I am expecting more sunshine to develop as we go through the day. So it's not going to look like this all day long. That's the good news for everyone. And we'll see temperatures warm up into the upper 80s to low 90s. So warmer tomorrow compared to warmer today compared to yesterday is what I'm trying to say there, with a small chance of an isolated shower or storm this afternoon. The same can be said for Thursday, so mainly dry. And then by Friday, a cold front will move in. That will usher in some less humid and cooler air if that front can make it all the way through the area for the weekend. And then by Monday, we will have to reintroduce a small chance of a shower or storm. But right now, Labor Day is looking mainly dry as well. So, you know, as we enter meteorological fall, we're starting to see those kind of ups and downs in the temperatures that will continue to amplify as we go through the next couple of months. That's a quick look at your 7-day forecast.
And just when I thought we were done with the 90s, oops, they're back.
Yep.
It's like that Britney Spears song. Oops, I did it again. Over and over and over again. All right, so let's get right to our top story. People are already commenting on it. By the end of the week, this Friday, North Carolina will enter a new reopening phase. Hundreds of you reacting to the news on our Facebook page. So Stacy, get everyone up to date on the changes.
Well, Governor Cooper says that the state will transition into phase 2.5 this Friday at 5 p.m. Gyms and indoor exercise facilities, including yoga and martial arts studios, indoor rock walls, as well as skating rinks, bowling alleys, and so forth, can now open at 30% capacity. Playgrounds can open once again. Museums and aquariums can open at half capacity. Mass gathering limits are increased, now 25 people indoors and 50 people outside. But not everything has the green light to open. Bars, nightclubs, and movie theaters are ordered to stay closed. So how are you feeling about this hybrid phase 2.5? You can let us know right now in our live stream comment section. And I do want to apologize. I am dog sitting and she is trying to get in my lap right now. Sorry.
All right, Stacy, we'll give you a minute to get everything under control at home. But Stacy did ask about the question, how are you feeling about this modified phase, kind of stuck in the middle between phase 2 and phase 3, calling it 2.5. So I know a lot of people are already commenting on it on Facebook, but I did pose this question on my Facebook page, and I just have a few comments that I wanted to share with everyone. So Gregory said most people commenting haven't left whatever city they live in for decades. Talking about CDC numbers, at the end of the day, everybody has the internet. So we are just trying to get through this the best way we know how. V. Davis says there's no difference between today and tomorrow. The germs are still out there. Whereas another person, Gia, says, hey, why aren't we open already? So people are just have so many different opinions about whether or not the governor has made the right decision as we move into modified phase 2.5. Sorry, soon it'll be 2.7. You know, you never know what will be next. All jokes aside, you know, it was a decision he made yesterday and lots of different opinions on it. So Megan, we'll start with you because you have a better understanding of the numbers and the checklist for what the governor is looking for in order to move into that full phase 3 reopening.
Yeah, so I was expecting, based on the numbers and the data trends we've been seeing over these past few weeks, basically throughout the month of August, I was not surprised to see him do this modified phase 2/3. I know a lot of bars are disappointed about this news because they are not among the businesses allowed to reopen. I am a bit surprised by movie theaters still being closed under this modified 2.5 because the mask mandate does remain in effect and those social distancing guidelines do remain in effect, even though capacity limitations now have increased to 25 people inside and to 50 people outside, up from the 10 and 25 they were prior in the earlier phase 2. So yeah, the numbers though are looking pretty stable. Hospitalizations have stabilized. They've stayed below 1,000 since August 20th. Keep in mind though, not all hospitals report their data every day. So sometimes these numbers change on a given day, and that's kind of the battle we're up against in analyzing and then going back and reanalyzing data for a certain day. The percent positive though, it's not at 5%, which is what the state wanted to see in moving into phase 3, but it is hovering around that 6% mark. So that's an encouraging sign. And again, I think the reason that these leaders decided to split the balance between phase 2 and phase 3.
Yeah, and it really is right in the middle, but it leaves out, you know, important businesses like bars and nightclubs that have been waiting to reopen since March. So you feel bad for the business owners in that regard because a lot of those employees are out of work and still struggling at this point. But the governor making a final decision yesterday. So, you know, Taran, you've always been a data-driven person, probably still are this morning, and, you know, the numbers apparently look better. So, I mean, that was where he made the decision.
If you look at the, I guess, the decisions that have been made over the past 6 months, things have been in line with where the numbers were at the time, if that makes sense. You know, as they started going through the phases, you could see that, okay, they hit this benchmark, and so they made this decision. And, you know, at the end of the day, make sure pick my words correctly. I'm not a journalist, but I still have to, you know, pick my words safely here. Let me say this. At the end of the day, we are not privy to all of the discussions that have been had that led to this decision as to, okay, you know, we know the data, right? But we don't know the experts that they have consulted with and the people in the different industries that they have consulted as well that have led them to some of these decisions. Number one. Number two, it's somewhat disappointing, and this is completely my opinion, so if you're mad, be mad at me. I'm okay with if you're mad at me, that's fine. A lot of people have been mad at me over the years, so you won't be the first or the last. You know, you see that people are trying to associate the letter next to the governor as to the decisions that they're making. Let me be real clear. You have to look at the other states across the country too. There are people just as mad at the governor of Mississippi as they are with the governor of North Carolina. So in a lot of these cases, again, they're trying to make the decisions that they think are best for whatever state that they're in based on the data that they're looking at. Well, our political leaders always be right? Of course not. And, you know, I don't envy the position that they're in right now at all. I would not want to be in the position to make those type of decisions. So I want to say that too. So we have to just kind of see where things go and hope that the decisions that are being made, not only by our governor, but by governors across the country and by leaders of countries across the world, hopefully these are decisions that will lead us in a positive direction sooner rather than later. Really, only history is going to know. And with that said, I also have a lot of empathy for the businesses that have not been allowed to open yet. I totally feel where you're coming from, okay? You know, we all have family members who work in some of these industries who have been adversely affected by this whole situation. And I don't care what political affiliation you have, nobody wants to be going through what we're dealing with right now. This is not something that anybody looked forward to having to deal with, not only in 2020, but in our entire lifetime. So with my whole soliloquy there, let me just wrap up by saying, hopefully we can get on the other side of this sooner rather than later. And I'm going to continue to put my trust in people that know way more about medicine than I do. I am wise enough to know my ignorance in that field. So we're going to kind of just wait and see what happens there.
All right, so Ed Matthews, what's on your mind as you think about phase 2.5?
Well, you know, the governor continues to be in a difficult spot. And I think he did what he had to do yesterday rather than fully going into phase 3. We have not reached the 5%. As Megan has talked about, we're hovering right around 6%. But he is headed in the right direction. And I think we need to remember that. Yes, sure. Bars and theaters and things like that are not open yet, but we'll get there. I think he just looked at the data, he talked with the people surrounding him, the people that are in the know, and they made these decisions. But I think we should all be, you know, at least somewhat happy that he is trying and he is moving in the right direction. I don't think it's moving as fast as we would like to, but at least we're on the uptick.
All right, Stacey, you have had the task of trying to keep up with the comments that are literally coming in like rapid fire. So if you can pull some of them at your ease here and let us know what people are saying.
Yeah, a lot of comments, and I do want to apologize once again. We are dog sitting for one of our producers who actually just got married. She's on her honeymoon, so of course was more than willing to take in her dog for the week, but she's a puppy still, and so she likes to jump up on me when I'm doing anything. So I'm really sorry about that. I just wanted to let you guys know. But a lot of people are continuing to weigh in on this conversation. Mike says, if you are scared, stay home. Barbara Clark said, together we will get there. John says, I believe 2.5 is fine for now. I'm still not doing anything extra. There are still too many careless people out there. And you can keep weighing in, letting us know what you think about this. A lot of people are saying that they believe that clubs should stay closed, but others saying they should reopen, and theaters as well.
Yeah, a lot of people also talking about masks and the requirement on our chat here, and it looks as though that has not changed, as the governor didn't specifically say anything about it yesterday, but he did not say anything about it yesterday either. So from my understanding, it still is in effect. So, and we'll of course make sure that we have complete information on that. You can look at our later newscast for that information. Interesting that he didn't mention it, but I think not mentioning it implied that it's still in effect, maybe. All right, Megan, let's take a look at your morning headlines.
All right, let's take a look at some of the stories making headlines. The Guilford County Sheriff's Office announces changes to its body camera policy. Detention officers are now required to wear body cameras. The office bought 105 of them, costing $225,000. This comes after John Neville's high-profile death in a Winston-Salem jail, and then a Guilford County inmate's death in July. Officers at both the Greensboro and High Point detention centers will also use these cameras. Greensboro police are investigating a deadly shooting. Officers found 36-year-old Andrew Dove yesterday afternoon with a gunshot wound on Floyd Street. He later died at the hospital. As police started investigating, they took 2 people into custody, and right now those people are considered persons of interest. So far, no arrests. Anyone with information can leave an anonymous tip on the Crime Stoppers line 336-373-1000. We learned of 2 big case spikes at a living facility in the Piedmont and Rockingham County. There are 50 new cases at Jacobs Creek Nursing Center. It now has 79 cases. No one has died. In Surrey County, 20 new cases and 2 more deaths at Pruitt Health in Elkin. There are now 72 total cases and 8 deaths there. 170 jobs are coming to Guilford County. FedEx Ground is hiring. They just built a new automated distribution center in Whitsett and now are looking to staff the facility. The announcement came as FedEx deals with a surge in package volume. They say they hope the expansion helps keep up with growing customer demand. President Donald Trump will be in Wilmington today. The White House says the president will commemorate the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II and declare the Wilmington as the first World War II heritage city. During the president's visit, he'll meet with veterans, tour the battleship North Carolina, and give a speech.
The candy corn debate is starting up once again. This time it's over a new Thanksgiving dinner inspired flavor. Brock's Candy Corn has come out with a new flavor, which is turkey dinner. I can't believe this is real, but it actually is. Walgreens is selling it only in its stores, and they tweeted out this photo of the candy. It looks like some of the traditional candy corn with some brown ones in there to look like the turkey, and the green and orange ones to look like veggies. And then, of course, you can't forget the cranberry sauce with the red candies. Now, one of our digital producers, Carrie, actually tried this out, and she said it indeed tastes like a turkey dinner. So, would you guys try it? You can let us know right now in the live stream. I am one of the few people, I think, that actually enjoys candy corn. I absolutely love to eat it every year. But this, I don't think I would try.
Yeah, I love turkey in the traditional way, like on my plate, sliced pretty thin with a nice coating on top, served with stuffing. That's how I like my turkey. Turkey flavor candy, not necessarily my style, but there are people who disagree. Ed Matthews, you gave it a thumbs up earlier.
Well, I gave the candy corn a thumbs up, not the this gross whatever they're trying to do with turkey and all that. I do want to comment on the candy corn. It's just been within the past few years that I started eating candy corn again, and I don't eat it by the bag full, but you know, if it's at a party or something like that, I'll you know, grab some. When I was a little kid, I kind of overdosed on candy corn and got really, really sick. Now, I was young, but I remember that, and I've been most of my life without eating candy corn. Just recently, within the past 4 or 5 years, started eating it again. Now, as far as the turkey candy and all that stuff, just go out and buy a turkey, put it in the oven, heat it up, cook it, and eat turkey. Don't see the point about the candy, but you know, creativity is what makes the world go round.
Well, you know, that's part of the Willy Wonka theme, isn't it? You know?
Yes.
It's funny you say that. All right, Megan, would you try it? And if you would, do you think you'd like it?
No and no. I don't care for candy corn, nor do I eat turkey. So that's a double whammy for me with the candy corn. In general, I think it tastes kind of like plastic. I much prefer all of the chocolates and the pumpkin and caramel flavored candies out there, especially heading into fall. Those are more my preference. As far as turkey, I haven't eaten turkey since I think high school, freshman year maybe. I never cared for meat, and so I just decided to go forward as a pescatarian. I typically eat fish on holidays, or I just eat all the sides and everything else that's there, pastas. Not too picky, just don't care for meat. So turkey's out for me.
All right, is turkey in and or out for you? And would you like it on your candy corn, Taran?
I like regular candy corn, which kind of puts into question all of my other likes when it comes to food, right? Regular candy corn, good. This turkey candy corn, whatever dinner thing looks disgusting. And regular turkey is disgusting as well. So there you go. I always will pick, if I have a choice between either pork or turkey, gonna pick pork every time because it's delicious in every shape and form imaginable. So there you go.
I forgot, guys. Turan went viral last Thanksgiving for his rant over turkeys. Remember this? My friends in Boston who work at the CBS affiliate there were like, hey, do you know this guy, Turan? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, like everybody's laughing at it. Like it was so funny. We ran it 100 times this morning. And I was just like, yeah, I was in the video. Hello, of course I know him. He works with me. But still, I mean, Turan, you became an internet holiday sensation for 2 days.
Well, I express my opinion occasionally. Like I care about things that don't matter a lot, and that's one of those things that I'm very passionate about. I don't have a whole lot of passion about a lot of stuff, but I'm very passionate about the fact that turkey is disgusting and it shouldn't be the official meat of Thanksgiving at all. Like ham, way better than turkey.
Here we go again.
I love it. Why not? People go viral for other things. Why not this? All right, it is 8:05. Ed, would you like to close us out with a look at the forecast?
That sounds like a good plan. Lots of clouds this morning, hoping for a little thinning as we head through the day. More of a mix of sun and clouds. Enough sunshine will get us up pretty close to 90. Maybe a pop-up storm, but the chance really low. That'll be the case tomorrow as well. 20% chance or less today and tomorrow, but more widespread low 90s coming up tomorrow. Friday, a cold front approaches, moves through by late day. 30% chance of a few storms in the afternoon and back up around 90, but I think we're going to be able to get some cooler and less humid air here in the Piedmont. And, we're still hoping. That's what we've got in the forecast. It is difficult to get a cold front to move completely through here this time of year, but I think this one's going to do it, and it's going to give us a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Can't wait.
It's amazing. We're already at the Labor Day weekend mark pretty soon. I've seen Halloween decorations out and Halloween costumes. So, I mean, the timeline is moving faster than I am. My mind is still like on June. So I'm excited about that. All right, it's 8:06 here. Time for us to say goodbye. But thanks for joining us on After GMS. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for another great conversation or two. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.